Hello and welcome to the Elemental Entrepreneurship Podcast. I'm your host, Sarah. And as you can hear, I have fully lost my voice. So please bear with me. I wanted to go live with our reading yesterday, but yesterday I actually had no sound at all. So I just took a throat coat drop. I've got my throat spray. I've got hot water with lemon and honey, and we're just going to try to thug this out because the reading is so juicy and so important and so good that I wanted to make sure I got it out. I actually did a ritual for all of us and drew these cards yesterday on the actual solstice. So I did the reading on the solstice. I just had to wait to come to deliver it until I could squeak out a little bit of sound for us. So here we go. I will also share before I get into these cards that I made an offer for the solstice of a couple of different 6-month one-on-one coaching packages. We're at the halfway point of the year, the turning point in the wheel of the year. And I firmly believe no matter what has happened for you in the beginning of the year, that the second half of the year can be radically different, that this can be no matter what has happened, no matter where you're at right now, no matter if your sales numbers were disappointing in the first half of the year, if you didn't accomplish the goals you set out to accomplish, if you fell off on your New Year's resolutions, this can still be the year that it all happens for you. This can still be the year that you get it all done. This can be the year of business that you make the most money you've ever made. All of that is possible for you. And I have a couple of one-on-one packages with insanely low prices ranging from $555 all the way up to $5,555, but they are very low price for one-on-one private support coaching. And I have two of those available, two different offers in two different spots. And you can access them through midnight today. I was going to only make it through midnight yesterday, but then I couldn't go live because I didn't have a voice. So I'm making it until the end of the day today. If you would like to access one of those spots, you can DM me on Instagram at Intuitive Edge Coaching. You can email me a Secret Solstice offer at just that in the subject line or in the body of the email, Secret Solstice offer to intuitiveedgecoaching@gmail.com. I'll give you all the details and we can get started on that. So I'm very excited about our message because we have some new developments in the cards, and I'm excited because that is an indication to me that we've been doing the inner work that the last readings have asked us to do. If you're new around here, I do these readings at the top of every astrological season. And I always ask the same 6 questions in the same order so we can really see how we're growing and developing through the seasons with what answers we're getting. So we always start with what's going on right now. And what's going on right now is that we are being asked to restore and replenish. We're in a period of restoring and replenishing. And this is really important because restoring and replenishing isn't just about rest. This card isn't just saying, go lay down. Restoration is about like bringing your own life force energy back online in a more alive, a more accessible way. And one of the ways that you're being asked to do this is like get out of your rut, get out of your routine. If you feel like you're just like kind of going through the motions or you have just been going through the motions, like we got to break it up. I'm feeling this right now. Like I am a major homebody, and one of my goals right now is to just have a good summer, right? Like that is an actual goal on my goal list in my office is have a good summer. Say yes to more invitations, get out and mix it up more. Go be with people, go be in the sun. If you're in the Southern Hemisphere, I know it's different because you're coming into winter. Go to the holiday parties, like go whatever you can do to go mix it up a little bit more and get out of your normal day to day, get out of your routine, get some fresh inspiration. Go to some museums, go see some live music, go see films. Like you gotta just like get your creative spark reignited by getting out of your rut. Step fully away. You know, sometimes when you're focused on trying to solve a problem and you're really, really stuck, and like you're like, okay, I just have to walk away from this entirely and go do something else for a little while. And then that's when the answer comes to you. That's what this is about. Right now, you've been trying to work on, solving some problem. And sometimes even that's the issue. It's like you're so in the consciousness of there's a problem I have to solve that it wears you down and it makes you feel like you're in a slog. So this is really saying like you got to go focus on something completely different for a little while. You've got to go do something that has nothing to do with this problem you've been trying to solve. And that's what's going to restore your energy, your spark, your creativity. The other thing this card talks about is if you've been working really hard toward a goal and you are like doing, but you never pause to celebrate what you've already accomplished, that makes you feel worn down. That makes you feel frustrated. That makes you feel like nothing's working. It makes you feel like you're not moving forward. It doesn't mean you're not moving forward. You're not allowing yourself to recognize that growth is happening. This is why when I coach people, I focus so much with people on celebrating. I think celebration is really, really important because so often we are so focused on just what comes next, what comes next. I'm working with a client right now who's in the midst of a launch and she's already starting to talk to me about what she's going to do after this launch is over. I'm like, hold on. Like, first of all, be here now, right? Like you're in the launch right now. And when this launch is over, you're going to need to pause and you're going to need to celebrate and you're going to need to digest, right? This is funny that I thought I just had is my dad always had this joke when I was a kid, where as soon as he finished eating a meal, he would be like, that was good for a snack. Now what's for dinner? Right? Like it was always like, what's next? What's next? What's next? You haven't even digested what you just took in. Restore and replenish, rest and digest. Give yourself an opportunity to be with what just happened and be like, damn, I really did that. I'm excited about the fact that I did that. I'm proud of myself. Look at what went well, look at what didn't go well, and then be ready to move on to the next thing rather than just constantly rushing to the next thing. So in this moment, we're being asked to like take a pause and actually like look at all the work you've already done. Look at how far you really have come, especially now at this turning of the wheel of the year. We're at this halfway point in the year. This is a really great time to actually sit and take stock. What have you accomplished? If you get my Master Moon journal, and you already did your solstice journaling, it asks you go back and look at the intentions you set at the beginning of the year. Which ones have you accomplished? Have you celebrated that? Which ones have you not accomplished? And do you still want to? How do you get fired back up for that? Which ones have you not accomplished and you don't care anymore and you're ready to let those intentions go? What are the intentions you want to set for the moment ahead? But we can't think about what's coming next without pausing and reflecting on all that we have done so far. And so take a break, get out of your routines, get out of your rut, go do something different, go get your cup replenished, go get yourself refilled with inspiration, take some time to celebrate all of the work that you've done thus far. And then if you want to bring back your routine or portions of your routine, you can, but you may actually find after this that like you want to start a new routine or fully ditch the routine altogether. And that's okay too. Either one is acceptable. The other message that this card has for us is that you've been doing a lot of inner work. You've been doing a lot of personal development work. You've been working on your soul. You've been working on your spirit. You've been working on your connection with the divine. You've been working on your ego, right? Like you've just been working on yourself. And like that does not go unnoticed. It's part of why you're in between right now. So if you feel like, man, I'm doing all this stuff and I'm just not reaching that level up, I'm not hitting that next level, Spirit is like, hey, that's actually because you're not in the race right this second. You're in the rest between the races, right? Like you just finished a race, you're about to start another race. Right now, you're supposed to be stretching, breathing, rehydrating, getting yourself fueled up for the next thing to come. That next big level up is right around the bend for you, but you gotta take a break. You have to replenish, you have to restore, you have to breathe for a second. So that's where we're at right now. Let me take a sip. For those of you who are hopping on the live, you can hear I lost my voice, but we're trying to make it happen. I'm a little tarot mug. It says the coffee. Okay. So what's the block right now, y'all? She did not come to play. The block right now is focus on the light. So let me tell you about this. When you started your business, when you started your career, when you started your project, when you started whatever this thing is that you've been working so hard toward, it was because you had heart behind it. It was because you had a passion for it. It was because you wanted to. It was because it was going to benefit the world. You had a big, exciting, heart-centered vision for why you wanted to do this. And then once you got started, you started focusing on the money. Not in a bad way. It's not bad to be focused on money. Business takes money, life takes money, but you got focused on the money, the metrics, like the left brain side of how am I going to make this work, the marketing plan, right? Like the crunchier day-to-day bits. And those things, right? Like we have to have both. They need their place. But what's happened is you've gotten so far over on focusing on the business side. I'm really getting a clear feeling of like, that's what's causing this feeling of I never rest and I never let myself appreciate what I've done because I haven't hit these monetary goals. I haven't hit these metrics. I haven't gotten the bag I want. I haven't gotten the number of clients I want. I haven't gotten the number of orders I want. I haven't hit this, like the left brain metrics and numbers side is where all your focus went. And that is pulling you away from your joy. That has made you forget the fire, the passion, the excitement, the love, the heart of why you started this thing to begin with. And what you're being asked to do, like that's your block right now. You're so focused on the external that you forgot why you started. You forgot the passion that brought you to this pursuit in the first place. And so you're being asked to refocus, to reconnect to your inner fire, your inner passion. Why did I start this? Why did I want to do this? Who did I want to help? Who did I want to serve? How is this going to help the world? It's time to reconnect to your passion. Again, it's not that the other stuff isn't important. Money is important. Marketing is important. Systems are important. The metrics are important. But if you're so focused on that stuff and you're getting slogged and bogged down by focusing on that stuff to the point that it's making you forget why you loved this, that's what's stopping you right now from hitting that next level. That's what's draining you to the point that you need to restore and replenish. That's what's taking away your fire for this project is you're just too in the numbers. You're too in the money. You're too in the like, there's some ego wounding here, right? Like, oh, like I wanted this to like hit so hard right out the gate. I wanted to get so many sales. I wanted this to be at a certain point by this time. And the fact that it's not is making me feel bad about myself. It's making me feel like maybe I'm not good. Maybe the work's not good. Maybe this is never going to happen for me. Again, this idea of like, I really get this sense that we're focused on the problem. There's a problem and I got to solve it. Being so in the energy of there's a problem and I got to solve it, right? If we're just talking pure law of attraction manifestation, that means you're vibrating at the energy of I have a problem, which means you're attracting the problem. You are at the frequency of problem that never gets solved. That's where you're living. And I know I've been here, right? Like I'm coming through this too. This message is on time for all of us. I know it's really hard when you're like, but there is a problem that needs to be solved. I am not hitting my goal. I am not reaching, like I am trying to solve a problem. So how do I not vibrate at the level of problem that needs to be solved? We step away. We restore and replenish. We refill our cup. We get back to our inspiration. We step out of our routine and we bring our focus back to our passion. We remember what we went into this for to begin with. We get reconnected to excitement, right? If the offer that you've been trying to sell isn't selling, maybe put it on pause for a second and go sell something that feels light and fun. Do a few like story sales, do a few little random one-offs, go do a pop-up, go do an IG takeover, go do something else, right? Like just completely shift your focus for a little bit and get back into your excitement. The bag is in the excitement. The opportunities are in the excitement. The connections, the collaborations, the people who want to work with you, they want to work with you when you're vibrating at the energy of like, I'm lit up and on fire about this. I'm doing a thing that's going to change the world. I'm here to help people. I'm here to benefit the planet. I believe in this thing. I'm excited about this. That's when people come in and they're like, what you got? I want that. This looks fun. How do I get involved? When you're vibrating at the energy of, oh my God, it's not working. There's a problem. I'm the problem. There's something that's the problem. I can't solve it. No matter what I do, I'm trapped in the problem. People come by and they're like, no, thank you. I would not like more of that. I have that in my own life. I don't need to be at the energy of problem that can't get solved. The other thing that happens if you're in business, when you're vibrating at the energy of there's a problem that needs to get solved, and I'm focused on the money and I'm focused on the metrics, I'm focused on the sales, you come off desperate. Even if you don't think you are, even if you don't mean to, you come off desperate. You're looking at everyone who walks into your world as, are you going to solve this problem for me by giving me your money? Are you going to solve this problem for me by proving to me that I'm good enough by buying from me? Doesn't come off nice. Not the same energy as I'm fired up and excited and like alive with how I'm here to help, with how I'm here to change the world. That is the energy that we want to be in. That is the energy that magnetizes clients. That is the energy that attracts opportunities. So the block right now is you all up in the numbers, you all up in the metrics, you're all up in what's not working. That's the block. We got to get out of it. We got to get back focused on our passion. Why did I get into this in the first place? Let me take a sip. So what is the gift that will come when we do this, when we focus back on the light? Inspiration. The fire comes back. The light comes back. We get excited again. But this card isn't just like, oh, my own inspiration is back. You're going to have a big new idea. This is going to open a door for something that like is like a bolt of electricity through your body that's like, oh shit, that's what's next. That's where I'm supposed to go. That's what's supposed to happen. This card has lots of bees on it. You can see the little bees. This card has lots of bees on it. And the bee is a totem for this for a couple of reasons. Number one, the bee is able to lift a body that's way heavier in proportion to the size of its wings because of how fast its wings move. This inspiration is going to come, and because you've been refilling your cup, and because you've been doing all this inner work, and because you've recommitted and refocused to your passion, you're just going to go. You're not going to get lost in your head. You're not going to spend 6 months behind the scenes planning and toiling. You're not going to spend years trying to make it right. You're just going to go. The other thing is that bees work in a hive. They work in a collective. This idea that you're going to have, you're not meant to do it alone. This is, first of all, it's an idea that's going to benefit everybody. It not just is going to benefit everybody, it benefits the earth. This card specifically talks about, right, like the honeybee is such a vital part of the ecosystem. The work that it does benefits everything. That's you. That's this idea that's about to come through you. You're a creative vessel. You're a vessel for this inspiration. This idea is going to come through you, and the earth is on your side because this idea benefits everybody. It benefits the earth itself. It benefits the collective. And you might feel like, oh my gosh, this is like too big of an idea for me to get off the ground. It's because you're not going to do it alone. You're going to have help. You're going to have collaborators. You're going to have people who work with you. You're going to have mentorship, right? So again, if you missed the beginning, get at me. I have some very special offers right now to work with people in the second half of the year to help you bring these big ideas to life. You're not supposed to do it alone. If it feels so big that you're like, there's no way I can do this, get with somebody who can help you make it happen. Get with someone who has helped other people make things like that happen. Get with collaborators who are already doing it, and get yourself the help that you need. You are meant to have this idea, right? So when you have this idea, heed me because it's going to happen. It's going to hit you. When you have this idea, if you're like, oh shit, I can't do this alone. This is too big for me. Spirit wants you to know you're meant to have it. You were chosen as the creative vessel, as the vessel for this inspiration. You have it because you're meant to have it. But that doesn't mean you are meant to do it alone. The idea of being hyper individual, we're going to get into that in a second. There are wounds for some of y'all, and it makes perfect sense. If you're the kind of person who never gives yourself credit, you also have wounds around hyper individualism and needing to do everything yourself. There's some perfectionism in there. There's some ways that you are hard on yourself, that you tell yourself, if I don't do it all alone, my success doesn't count. Right? You got to let that go. You're meant to do this in collaboration with others. No one who does anything big did it all by themselves. No one. It is a myth. You are meant to do this with other people. So if you have that, oh God, like this is too big for me. No, it's not, but you're not meant to do it by yourself. So that is the gift that's going to come from you refocusing on your passion, on what brought you to this in the first place, getting out of your routine, getting out of your rut, turn your back on trying to solve this problem and go get into doing stuff that lights you up and reconnects you to your mission. And then a mission level idea, something that feels like, oh shit, this is my mission on earth, this is my calling in life, is going to come through. That's going to be the gift that you receive from source for doing this. Now, how do you interact with others during this time? I'm very excited about the answer we got to this one. Collaborative dreaming. And the reason I'm excited is because for the past few readings, we keep getting pulled back from people. Be with yourself, step away. Don't talk to other people about your ideas right now. Don't ask other people for their opinions. You're doing too much of that. You must have heeded that message. We have heeded that message because now we get to go back out and collaborate with others. We've recalibrated. We've done work on our boundaries. We've been healing. But the other thing this card says, right, we're meant now to like get with other people and collaborate. So maybe that is that this big inspiration you're going to have is literally a collaboration with someone else. Maybe it's that you need a mentor or a coach to help you collaborate. But the other thing that this says is the wounds you have around hyperindividualism need to be healed through this project, need to be healed through this work, and need to be healed for the next phase of your evolution. So if you got wounds around group work, right? You were that kid in group projects at school who was like, God damn it, I don't want there to be a group project because I'm always the one who does all the work and everybody leaves me alone and I don't get any credit, or my voice never gets heard. Every time there's a group project, there's a fight. If you have wounds around leadership, if you are afraid to lead because you don't want to step on anybody's toes and you don't want to be seen as bossy and you don't want to be seen as demanding, guess what, bitch? Guess what, bitch? You're the one with the fucking big vision. You're the one with the inspiration. You're the one with the idea. You're the one with the mission. You're the one with the calling. You're the one trying to build this business. You're the leader. Sorry, not sorry. You're the leader. And you know what? As I'm telling you this, you already know you're the leader. You already know you're meant to be the leader. You already know you were born to lead. You already know that you have a big calling on your life and a fire for what you're meant to do in this world. But when you were younger, like all of us, stuff happened that made you feel ashamed of your leadership qualities. Maybe you got called bossy. Maybe you got told you talk too much, right? Whatever that is, you were like told you were too demanding. You were told you were too picky. Whatever the wound is, this wounded child consciousness that we all carry, you have a wound around like, oh, I can't be in my leadership because I hurt people when I'm in my leadership. First of all, no, you don't. You do not hurt people with your leadership. There will be people who don't want to follow. They don't have to. They can go somewhere else. A lot of times, and I say this as someone who has been leading groups for 20 years, a lot of times what happens if you're a leader is you attract other people who also have wounded leader energy. They want to be leading, but they ain't doing their own shit. So they join your shit and then they try to lead from the back seat. They try to fight your leadership. That doesn't mean you hurt people with your leadership. That means you're attracting wounded leaders, and it is a mirror for you. Where am I in my wounded leader? Where am I in my people pleasing? You cannot people please your way through success. You are not going to be able to people please your way through business. It's funny, but the Dallas Cowboys cheerleaders, that Making the Squad show, it used to be on the Country Music Channel. Now it's on Netflix. It just came out. I love that show because I'm a dancer, so I like watching it. The leader of that group, Kelly, whatever her name is, she is so straightforward with people. She's like, you're not a match. You're not making it. Your style isn't hitting. And they're like, yes, ma'am. Okay. She is in her complete calm center about the fact that like, it is my job to hold the standards of this organization because I'm devoted to what I'm doing. I'm devoted to my vision. I'm devoted to this being the best it can possibly be. And as the person in charge, it's my job. And she cries. She cries when she has to let people go. She's like, yeah, it hurts me to let these people go. It hurts me to see people disappointed. But my mission, the calling on my life, puts me in a position where it is my actual fucking job to hold the standards of the vision. And that means telling people no. And that means saying, hey, like, I like you. I think you're great, but this isn't working, right? So I just feel so heavy. I'm getting into this deeply because I feel so heavy. These wounds around leadership, these wounds around working with other people, these wounds around hyper individuality that you're carrying that have been holding you back. The next level of where you're going is going to require you to heal this because you got to work with people. If you have a hard time receiving feedback, get in with a coach you trust and let yourself be coached. If you have a hard time giving feedback, get in with a coach you trust and get work on how do I deliver feedback to people. If you have wounded child consciousness trying to run your business, telling you, I can't speak up, I can't tell people what I really want, people are going to be mad at me, people are going to think I'm a bitch, you can't run an organization from there. You're not going to be able to build this huge world-changing vision all by yourself because you're scared of hurting people's feelings. You're not going to be able to do it. You cannot people please your way through success. It's just not going to work. You also can't hide away and try to do it all by yourself. If you have been not investing in yourself and in your business, if you've been clamped down about knowing you need support, knowing you need help, knowing you need a mentor, knowing you need a coach to get you to that next level, but you're clamped down because you're like, I can't spend the money on that. I can't let myself do that. That's the exact degree to which you're held at the current level that you're held at. Is that the degree to which you're clamped down around getting yourself help and support and getting with other humans and getting somebody else's eyes on the project is the exact degree to which you are stuck. Point blank, period. You got to get other people in here. You need to get help for these blocks. You need to get healing for these wounds. You need to shore up the wounded child parts of you that feel like you're not allowed to be in your leadership or that your leadership is hurtful. In order to go to your next level, you need to be in your whole healthy adult. And this is going to get reinforced for us later in the message. So I'm really on this right now. Your next level is a level about how you be with people, how you lead, how you collaborate. That's where we're headed. So a message from your spirit guides about all of this is big, bold vision. Your spirit guides are like, baby, you're literally not meant to be small. You never were, you never have been. You're not meant to be small. You're not meant to be agreeable. You're not meant to be polite. You're not meant to be a good girl. You're not meant to fit in. You're not meant to blend. You weren't made for it. You were made to have a big, bold vision. You were made to stand out. So these things that you have that you're like, this is too big for me. No, it's not. This is literally what you were made for. The part of you that thinks it's too big for you is the part of you that is carrying shame from your childhood, the part of you that is carrying wounds from your childhood, or maybe it's ancestral, right? No one in our family has ever done anything this big. I'm the first in my lineage to step into this. There are all kinds of reasons, but like, yes, you are meant to do this. You are meant to have a vision this big. You would not have these ideas. And here's this bee at the third eye again, keeps coming up. You would not have these wings. It's 11:11 as I say this. You wouldn't have these wings if you weren't meant to fly. You would not have this inspiration if you weren't meant to act on it. What do bees create? They create honey. And what is honey? It's sweetness that lasts. It's sweetness that comes and it stays, it sticks. It's sweetness for you and it's sweetness for others. It's a sweetness that you are getting to partake in. It's the sweetness of your own life, the sweetness of your success, but also the sweetness that you're bringing through your work, through your vision, through your passion, through the thing that you're meant to create. This is what you're here to do. This is why you chose a body. This is why you came to Earth School, was to do this thing. So Spirit is just reminding you, like, all these things that you have, like, I want to be nice. I want to fit in. I want to be liked. I want everybody to think I'm not. That's not who you're meant to be. Sorry. I've had to grieve that, man. Like, sorry, I'm not here to fit in. I'm not here to be nice to everybody. That's not my medicine. It's not my magic. I wasn't made for that. I'm here to lead something. I'm here to create something. I'm here to hold the standard of the vision that was placed in my spirit. That's my job. That's the thing I'm devoted to. I can be kind as I do it. I can be loving as I do it. But my number one devotion is to the thing that I'm trying to create. April just said, okay, I need soft Fizzer. Am I too late? I turned this on and you were telling me what I needed. I'll find the money. I love you so much. I'll hit you after this. Okay. So you're meant to be this person. And sometimes, right, like these things that we've relegated to shadow about ourselves, like we have to go collect them and bring them back because they're actually the tools we need in our business. Your bossiness, your straightforwardness, your exacting nature, your I want what I want when I want it. Whatever it is, these traits are that you've been told are too much for people that you have pushed away, that you try to be like, no, I'm so chill. I'm so easygoing. I'm so kind. I'm so chill. Like it's all okay. You got to go get those things out of the basement and bring them up because those are the skills you're going to need for your next level. That's just what it is. You are meant to be that person. It's who you were made to be. Embrace it. Embrace that you're not chill. Just telling my own business, but I had to do this with dating. Like I really had to accept that like I'm not low maintenance. I'm not easygoing. I'm not the cool girl. Like you're not gonna get that from me. I actually have really high standards and I actually have like really high expectations of people that I allow romantic access to me. And like if you can't meet me there, then like I don't want you. And I've been so much happier since I accepted that about myself. And I attract such a different quality of person than when I was trying to like shove all my needs down and be so easygoing. Doesn't get you what you want to shove your needs down. And like the people who like you when you hide who you are and you hide your needs don't actually like you. They like that you people please them. You're not going to get to your next level of success through there. So, how do we bring all of this into fruition? The card we got is After the Storm. What's interesting about this also is that this After the Storm is amplified. It specifically says in inspiration, if you draw after the storm, your inspiration, that this message is amplified. So we've got both of these. So the storm, it either has just come and you're coming out of it, and that's why we're in this phase, or it's about to come. Storms happen, right? Storms are pressure systems. It's about pressure being built up, built up, built up. And then that pressure has to explode so that everything can be washed clean and made new, so that new energy can come through. What this storm may be, this high pressure system may be this thing about healing these wounds you have around working with other people, collaborating and stepping into your leadership. It may just be that you've been hiding the things you really need to say for so long that it's going to kind of erupt and you're going to let everybody know what you really think and what you really feel. You're going to be like, fuck you, fuck you, fuck you. You're cool. Fuck you. I'm out. Here are the people who can stay with me. Here are the people who have to go. I used to have, let me tell you, I had a business in the past where I had like let a lot of things slide for a really long time, and this built up. And one day I was like, it's a new era. I called an urgent on all hands meeting. If you can't come to the meeting, you're fired. Everyone came to the meeting. I started the meeting by firing everyone. I shit you not, a team of 17. I started the meeting by firing everyone. Then I passed out new contracts and said, here's how it's going to go from here on out. Everyone who wants to sign this contract, you can stay. Anyone who doesn't like this, it's all good, but it is a new day around here. The things that have been sliding are not sliding anymore. I'm taking control. I'm taking the reins. This cannot happen. This is not the future. This is not the vision. If you don't want to be part of where I'm headed, you can go. 3 people got up and walked out, all love. Everybody else stayed. The business completely turned around, right? So that was the storm. I came with the thunder crack. I was like, it is not happening anymore. I'm stepping into my leadership. I'm getting control of this. It's my name on the door. So that it may be that kind of storm where you are about to regulate on everybody around you and everybody in your life and be like, here's what it is from here on out. Here's where we're headed, and you're with it or you're not, but I'm not stopping. You're with it or you're not, but this is what's going to happen. You can resist the storm as long as you want, but the storm is going to come. So it's better to just rock with it, right? If you are going to be in like you're going to be in a storm, you can get down in that storm cellar with all your snacks and be like, hey, we're going to ride it out, we're going to make the best of it. Or you can be stubborn and have something bad happen. Go outside and dance in the rain. Be with the storm, accept the storm, because what comes after, right? The rainbow is only possible because there was rain. What comes after is so bright, so clear, so much new possibility. There's so much available to you after the storm that you gotta let this happen. So if the reason you've been afraid of stepping into this next level is that the storm is going to be like, oh, I don't want to have these conversations with these people. I don't want to fire anybody. I don't want to break up with anybody. I don't want to let anybody go. I don't want to let anyone know, hey, I thought I was going to do this thing with you, but now I'm not. You got to do it anyway. You got to let the storm happen so that everything can be washed away. That's when you're going to step into this new level. We always draw a shadow. What's the shadow for this? If the message wasn't strong enough, the shadow is the sovereign. And I'm just going to read it to you straight because the shadow message is so on point. The sovereign card invites us to activate the leader, visionary, and enthusiast within us. It is a time to welcome in passion and fire while creating structure that allows for you to nurture your dreams. The sovereign, the motherfucking king, the queen, the reign, the ruler, the sovereign, the one who makes decisions for all the land. Off their motherfucking heads. The sovereign. The sovereign creates a container which allows for growth within themselves and others. They approach situations with a no bullshit attitude that may come across as harsh to some people. Their strong boundaries and opinions may even be intimidating to others, but in reality, it is their way of nurturing. Let me tell you, as a coach, something I've had to accept about myself is one of the reasons I'm a good coach for the right person is that I'm holding you to the standard of your vision, and I'm holding you to the standard of my belief that you can do it. And that can be really uncomfortable for people who are not ready. But when you're ready for that level of like, call me to my motherfucking greatness, hold me to the level of my gift, tell me when I'm slipping. That is love. If you grow up in dance or you grow up in sports and you have a coach that's on you, you know that that is love. It's because they see your potential and they know what you can be and they're pushing you to be that. So when you're holding that standard for people around you, that's not you being mean. That's your way of nurturing because you know what's possible and you hold everyone to that level of greatness. When you find people who are on that level with you, who want that, those are your people. When you find people who don't take feedback well and they get defensive and they're like, don't blah, 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 those are not your people. Those are the people who you're afraid to hurt their feelings. You don't want those people. You don't want people who are so tender that they don't understand that when you're holding them to greatness, it's because you believe that that greatness is possible from them and from the people around you. That's your gift. Your ability to see what's possible is your gift. And you're not using it when you're afraid of hurting people's feelings. That's how you're nurturing. It's how you're nurturing them, and it's how you're nurturing your own organization. The sovereign has no interest in appeasing others simply to keep them comfortable. They will continue to push those around them so that they can grow. The sovereign also calls us to create structure. From a place of structure, the sovereign knows that life runs more smoothly, allowing for the manifestation of true success, security, and happiness. Where in your life do you continually find chaos? Where are your resources and energy getting sapped? The sovereign invites you to examine those situations practically and cut out what is no longer serving you. This is not a time to be sentimental or nostalgic. The sovereign is realistic about what is needed and gets it done, knowing that it makes room for true peace. It's funny, I'm using this example again, but about that making the DCC cheerleaders show, how I said that that woman cries when she has to cut people because she knows what needs to be done to hit the goal. Understanding this is not a time to be sentimental or nostalgic. I just know what needs to get done and I get it done. I'm not being sentimental or nostalgic about this relationship, about how things used to be, about who I used to be, about how you used to see me. I just know what needs to get done for us to reach the vision. And that is the standard I'm holding. You can come with me or you can choose a different path, beloved. Vaya con Dios. But I'm going this way. Maybe you're meant, like I am, to be a catalyst for other people's growth and healing. Maybe you're meant to be the fire that gets held to people's ass. Maybe you're meant to be like, I'm a catalyzing presence. Again, on dating, I can't tell you how many people will still reach out to me and be like, the little bit of time that I was around you changed my life. And I'm like, I know. Not even on some cocky shit. I know, because I'm a catalyzing presence for others. That's part of my medicine. It's part of my gift. And maybe it's part of yours too, but you haven't been letting yourself live that because you're afraid of being too big, of being too much, of being too exacting, of being too demanding. You're missing out on part of your medicine and part of your magic. What if you're not meant to fit in or be nice? What if you're meant to be an expander for people? What if you're meant to be the inspiration for people? Holy shit, that Asian looking chick, I have not talked to you in so long. It is so exciting to see you here. I'm gonna DM you after this. I love that we're reconnecting. Hi, I remember you. Excuse me. Let me take a drink. Stepping into your next level is about stepping into your fire. It's about owning the level of leader, the level of visionary that you actually are and always have been, but have been afraid to let yourself express. It's about healing these relationships around being with other people in leadership or collaboration, because your vision is actually so big you cannot execute it alone. And again, if you need help, I want to help you. I have 2 spots open right now for 2 Secret Solstice coaching offers. There's a few different ways we can combine them. So the prices range from $555 to $5,555, depending on the package that you choose. It is only going to be available until midnight tonight. It was just going to be for yesterday, but I lost my voice, so I didn't go live yesterday. So it's just until the end of the day today. I will get with you. I will work with you from now until the end of the year for the next 6 months to make sure that you end 2024 saying this was the best year of your business and it was the best year of your life. The year you turned your magic all the way the fuck on. The year you stepped fully into who you're meant to be. The year you made the most money in your business that you've ever made. The year that you finally got the project off the ground. It doesn't matter what has happened so far this year. It doesn't matter where you are right now. This year can still be that. You can start right now. And I am really happy to help you do that. So if you want my help, you can DM me on Instagram at Intuitive Edge Coaching. You can email me intuitiveedgecoaching@gmail.com. Just message me Secret Solstice and we will get it cracking. That is our message for the season. I'm into it. I feel ignited. I feel inspired. I hope that you do too. If you are listening to this on the podcast, please leave me a 5-star review. It really helps. I'm trying to grow this podcast. I'm trying to get more people's ears in here. So when you leave a 5-star review, it really helps. Last week, Isabel left me a 5-star review. Thank you, thank you, thank you. You are my favorite bell. And if I could, I would ring you every day. So yeah, if you leave me a 5-star review, I'll also read it out on the show. Thank you, thank you, thank you for being here. If you have any questions, get at me. Okay, love you, bye.